November 11th, and we'll start like that. Okay. That first 21 or 20 whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
Get the announcement first. Okay. Just let me know when you're ready.
Give me another minute, and I'll be ready.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's muted. Hey, ma'am. Me? No. You're good. Yeah. Okay, let me mute YouTube. Test. This is always a problem. Test. Okay, I think I'm ready. Okay, Deputy Knox, can you hear me? No, she can't. Hey, Ms. Mars, can you hear me?
Yes, Judge, I can hear you.
Okay, all right, good enough. I think we're ready to go then. All right, thank you.
Judge Cooper, stand by. I'm lining them up. Okay.
All right, good enough. Thanks.
Why does Mary have to send this link to everybody?
Well, we want to
I
have
already did that. Why is she doing that?
Well, it's called covering, so we're good. Today we'll have the world, so we'll just be very professional. I'm just kidding.
I know, right, Judge? Who's the person trying to connect?
I'm sorry, I didn't even see.
Oh.
Then
Hi, Gertrude.
Hello, good afternoon.
hello, Ms. Copes.
Hi, Judge Cooper. How are you?
Well, and yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome. This may be a little.
It looks like we have an attorney on here too.
Come here a second, please.
Okay. Is that Mr. Scheib?
Hello, Judge. Let me.
Well, that's all right. Just let me know who you represent, and I'll try to.
You hear me, Judge?
I can hear you very well, sir.
Okay, thank you. My master technician here, my paralegal is helping me. I am representing a Mr. Knight.
Mr. Knight. All righty. I will make sure I get to him as quickly as possible, sir.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Do you know if he was when he was arrested on the 11th or on the 12th?
He was arrested on the 11th.
Judge Cooper,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Knight is he's in the bunch right now.
All right, let's get back in line, sir. We're good. Just get back in line. Thank you. All right, thank you, Deputy Knox. And I guess we're ready. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Judge Cooper, and I'm going to swear you in that whatever you're going to
Judge
tell
Cooper,
me.
Judge
Yes,
Cooper, hold on one moment, okay? Hold
Yes,
on
ma'am.
one moment. Okay, sir, we're ready.
All righty.
Your Honor, and
I'm going to have you
Knox.
swear that whatever you would say would be the truth. So I need to raise your right hand, and then let me raise your right hand for me, please.
Excuse me, Your Honor, are the people that need the interpreter in this first group?
No, they're not. I can get them
Okay.
out. I can get them out. It's two.
Oh,
It's two
okay.
males, okay?
Okay.
Raman.
Hold on one moment.
What have you done?
I did something.
Stop messing with it.
Just chill for me. Okay?
Mute your call. Mute your mic, Mr. Uh-oh, you're messing up my screen, sir. All right, let me know when you're ready, Deputy Knox.
Sorry, Judge.
Hey, sir, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm working on how to do this stuff. I have a flip phone. I've been practicing almost 35 years, so I'm just getting used to this. I actually like this virtual, don't you?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Don't let us know how old you are.
That's okay.
35 years with a flip phone is saying something. All right, I see you loud and clear. That's fine.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So just kind of wait a little bit and we'll get to your client. Okay, sir?
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you, sir.
It is my pleasure. We're all adapting.
Judge
All right.
Cooper,
Yes, ma'am.
the two for the interpreter are directly in front.
Thank you, ma'am. All righty. I'm going to start over. Ms. Tolles, we'll just see how best we can make this work. All righty. I need everyone to raise your right hand for me, please.
Si todos pueden levantar la mano derecha, por favor.
Do you swear all information
Juran que toda la información
given to the court today
presentado ante este tribunal aquí hoy
will be the truth
será la verdad
and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
y nada más que la verdad ante Dios lo juran.
Okay. You may put your hands down.
Pueden bajar la mano.
My name is Judge Cooper,
Yo soy el juez Cooper
and I'll be a magistrate handling the first appearance this afternoon.
aquí en la sala menor del tribunal de primera instancia, llevando a cabo ahora su comparecencia inicial.
We're not here to take a plea or to try your case.
No estamos aquí para que ustedes presenten una declaración a acusaciones, tampoco para que sean enjuiciados.
You're here for the court to inform you of the allegations against you,
Están aquí para que yo le informe de las acusaciones en su contra,
to advise you of your rights,
para informarles de sus derechos,
to set bail on those offenses for which this court can set bail,
en ponerles fianza para las acusaciones las cuales tengo la autorización para imponer fianza.
to schedule a preliminary hearing,
Programar su audiencia preliminar
and to determine whether you require the assistance of court-appointed counsel.
y también para determinar si requiere el asesoramiento de un abogado de oficio.
First, I'll start with explaining your rights.
Primero, comienzo explicando sus derechos.
Okay, you have the right to remain silent and say nothing.
Tienen el derecho de permanecer callados sin decir nada.
But should you give up this right, anything you say can be used against you if your case goes to trial.
Pero si renuncian a ese derecho, cualquier cosa que digan se puede usar en su contra si el caso prosigue a juicio.
During this and all proceedings,
Durante esta diligencia y cualquiera ulterior,
You are presumed innocent until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Serán presuntos inocentes hasta que el Estado prueba su culpabilidad fuera de una duda razonable.
You have the right to indictment by grand jury for felonies or by accusations for misdemeanors.
Tiene derecho a ser acusado formalmente por el gran jurado cuando se trata de delitos mayores o por acusación general cuando se trata de delitos menores.
You have the right to a speedy and public trial by a jury.
Tienen el derecho a un juicio público y sin demora ante un jurado.
You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses that are called to testify against you.
Tienen el derecho de ver, escuchar y contrainterrogar todo testigo convocado a declarar en su contra.
You also have the right to call witness to testify on your behalf.
También tienen el derecho de convocar testigos para declarar a su favor.
You also have the right to testify and offer evidence in your own defense.
También tiene el derecho de presentar testimonio y pruebas en defensa propia.
But should you choose not to do so, there can be no presumption of guilt raised against you.
Pero si eligen no hacer eso, no se puede suponer culpabilidad de su parte.
Now I'll talk to you about counsel.
Ahora les hablo sobre el asesoramiento de un abogado.
You all have the right to be represented by an attorney.
Cada uno de ustedes tiene el derecho a ser representado por un abogado.
At this point, per the order of Chief Judge Dallas, will appoint an attorney to represent you.
Por el momento, según la orden de la juez precedente, Dallas, se le nombrará un abogado de oficio para representarle.
You may choose to hire an attorney of your own choosing, should you choose to do so.
También podría elegir contratar un abogado que usted mismo elige para representarlo.
By appointing an attorney to represent you, either that attorney or someone from that attorney's office is to come and see you within 72 hours.
Cuando tiene un abogado nombrado por el tribunal, el mismo abogado o un representante de su bufete tendrá que pasar a visitarlo en los primeros 72 horas.
That person is the one to whom you tell whatever you may want to tell, because as a judge, I cannot hear any evidence or any information pertaining to the case.
Esa es la persona a quien se le dirige todas las cosas que usted quisiera decir o explicar, porque como juez yo no puedo conocer los detalles del caso.
I will now talk to you about bond.
Ahora les hablo sobre la fianza.
Some of you will be allowed to post an unrestricted bond for your release from jail pending the prosecution of the case.
Algunos de ustedes pueden depositar una fianza sin restricciones durante la sustanciación de este caso.
Bond may be posted using cash, commercial, or property bond.
Se puede depositar la fianza en efectivo a través de una compañía comercial de fianzas o poniendo de garantía un inmueble.
If you post a cash bond, a friend or someone will deliver the full amount of the bond, and once your case is over with, that same person will get the full amount of their funds back.
Si va a tramitar su fianza en efectivo, un amigo o alguien tendrá que entregar el total de la fianza y luego cuando el caso se concluye, esa misma persona recibirá de vuelta el dinero pagado.
If you do not have someone with that amount of funds, you may also use a commercial bonding company.
Si no cuenta con alguien con esos fondos, también podría tramitar su fianza a través de una compañía de fianzas.
The company will charge up to 15% of the amount of your bond as their fee.
La compañía cobrará un 15% de la fianza como su tarifa.
The bonding company will pay your bond, but the funds paid to the bonding company, that is their charge, and that will not be returned.
La compañía de fianzas pagará la fianza impuesta, pero la tarifa, el porcentaje que le cobra, no se devuelve a la persona que lo pagó. Es su tarifa de servicio.
Bond may also be posted using property. but you will need to have approximately 4 times the amount of your bond in equity. So they use the equity for your bond, and when your case is over with, they get the deed to their property back.
También puede tramitar su fianza a través de un inmueble. Entonces, para que el inmueble sea válido, el dueño tendrá que tener un patrimonio neto de por lo menos un promedio de 4 veces el valor de la fianza. Luego, cuando el caso se concluya, el propietario recibirá de vuelta la escritura de tal propiedad.
As a condition on all bonds is that you will not violate any laws while you're out on bond.
Una condición de toda fianza es que no incumplirá la ley estando en libertad bajo fianza.
Some bonds will have a special condition that prohibits you from contacting a certain person or going around a certain place.
Algunas fianzas conllevan condiciones especiales, las cuales impiden que contacte a ciertas personas o que vaya a ciertos lugares.
These special conditions are taken very seriously. If you violate these conditions, you'll be rearrested and you'll not be able to make bond for the remainder of the process.
Esas condiciones de fianza se toman muy en serio. Si llegara a incumplir alguna orden judicial de fianza, será detenido nuevamente y no podrá depositar fianza mientras está esperando la resolución de su caso.
For your family members, if they're named as a victim in this case, they will not be allowed to post bond for you.
Si sus familiares figuran como la presunta víctima, en este caso, no pueden depositar la fianza por usted.
I need to clarify that a little bit. If there's a provision that your family member is to have no contact with you, they will not be allowed to make bond for you.
Para clarificar, si existe una disposición judicial que un familiar suyo no puede tener ningún contacto con usted, entonces ese familiar no puede depositar la fianza por usted.
There's certain conditions where I'm not authorized to grant a bond, such as if you're on probation or parole.
Con ciertas condiciones no se me autoriza a imponerle una fianza. Por ejemplo, si está cumpliendo una condena condicional, de libertad condicional o libertad vigilada de la prisión.
Now, for those who are charged with a misdemeanor, you will have an option of waiving your preliminary hearing.
Para ustedes que tienen acusaciones menores, tendrán la opción a renunciar a tener la audiencia preliminar.
Waiving your preliminary hearing will not affect your bond, nor will it affect your right to an attorney.
Renunciar a la audiencia preliminar no afectará su fianza ni su derecho a un abogado de oficio.
Waiving your preliminary hearing is just a decision you're making that you want your case to be sped up.
Renunciar a la audiencia preliminar es una decisión que se toma que indica que usted desea que se agilice su caso.
The date for misdemeanor hearings is December the 1st.
La fecha para las audiencias preliminares para los que tienen delitos menores es el 1 de diciembre.
If you wanted your case sped up, your case will be heard within the next 10 days.
Si usted prefiere agilizar su causa, entonces el caso será conocido por un juez en los próximos 10 días.
Again, none of your rights are affected. It's just a decision you're making that you want to speed your case up.
Vuelvo a repetir, ninguno de sus derechos queda afectado, solamente es una decisión que se toma para agilizar su caso.
If you're able to make bond, and I will encourage everyone to make bond,
Si puede depositar fianza, y exhorto a todos que depositen fianza para salir.
that date of December 1st will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail.
La audiencia programada para el 1 de diciembre quedará cancelada y le mandará a notificar por correo de la próxima cita judicial.
Your next court date will probably be in the year 2021.
su próxima cita judicial será probablemente en el 2021.
If you're charged with felonies, I am not authorized to waive, you are not authorized to waive your preliminary hearing.
Si tienen acusaciones mayores, no pueden renunciar a la audiencia preliminar.
And your preliminary hearing will be on January 4th, 2021.
Entonces, su audiencia preliminar se señalará para el 4 de enero 2021.
I thank you for your time and I ask you to follow the orders of the deputies, please.
Agradezco su tiempo. Les pido que sigan las instrucciones de los agentes del sheriff, por favor.
And I will talk with you all individually in a moment.
Y hablaré con todos ustedes individualmente dentro de poco.
All right. Thank you, Deputy Knox. Let me have the names of the two people up front, please.
Okay, one moment.
Hey, good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me?
Buenas tardes,
Super.
señor. ¿Nos pueden oír?
Okay, good.
Judge Cooper,
Yes, Deputy Knox, go ahead.
the names are Guzar, Guizar. First name Carlos. His last name is hyphenated.
Got it?
Guera.
Okay,
Era. That's first name Carlos.
okay. And the second gentleman?
Okay, so the first one is Guzar. The second one is Eduardo Polvos, Polvos.
Okay, Mr. Carlos, when was Carlos arrested? Give me were they both on the 11th or 12th?
They both on the 11th.
All right, thank you very much.
You're
Los
welcome.
señores fueron detenidos el día 11.
Okay, I think I have Mr. Polvos first, I think.
Tengo delante el señor Polvos, ¿correcto? It seems to be the gentleman behind him, sir.
Okay, all righty. And the other name is Ogura Guzar. Hold on, let me see.
Señor Guizar Oseguera? Yes, Your Honor, that's who's in front.
All right, thank you. All righty, as to Mr. Guzar, sir, it is alleged that you committed the offense of trafficking in methamphetamines.
Señor Guizar, se presume que usted cometió el delito de tráfico de anfetaminas.
Sir, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond today.
No tengo la autorización para imponerle una fianza hoy mismo,
I have appointed an attorney to represent you.
pero sí he designado un abogado de oficio para representarlo.
And your next court date will be on January the 4th
Su
at
próxima
8 a.m.
audiencia,
at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201.
Su próxima audiencia se señala, señor, para el 4 de enero a las 8 de la mañana en la sala 201.
Ask him, does he have any questions?
¿Alguna pregunta, señor? No, Your Honor.
All right, tell him thank you.
Gracias, señor.
Mr. Povos, good afternoon.
Señor Polvos, buenas tardes.
Sir, you're also charged with trafficking in methamphetamines.
También se le
authorized-
acusa de tráfico de anfetaminas, señor.
I'm not authorized to grant you a bond this afternoon.
No estoy autorizado para concederle una fianza esta tarde.
I have appointed counsel to represent you, and your court date is January the 4th in 2021.
También designé un abogado de oficio para representarle y su cita judicial está programada para el 4 de enero del 2021.
Do you have any questions?
¿Alguna pregunta, señor? No.
Thank you very much. And that's it.
Gracias, señor.
If I may have Mr. Knight. If
Yes.
that's possible.
If I may inquire,
Stand aside.
Judge,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
If I may inquire, Judge Cooper, was there a Mr. Sanchez Fierro or a Miss Zavala Palafox that might need me?
Well, we can surely try. Fair
So,
enough.
Fierro speaks English. And who was the other name?
I have a Miss Zavala Palafox and a Mr. Sanchez Fierros.
Fierro speaks English. And
Yes,
hold on.
ma'am.
Okay. Hold on one second. I think Zavala may need, hold on one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Zavala's gonna need you. Do you
Yes,
want to,
ma'am.
Judge Cooper?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Knight, take a seat right here at this corner. Come on, Ms. Zavala. Go to the podium.
Deputy Knox, I think she was arrested on the 12th. Would you verify that for me so I can know which?
Sure, one moment.
Ella fue, creo, detenida el día 12. ¿Puede verificar eso?
It's November 11th.
El 11 de noviembre.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Ms. Zavala Palafox, good afternoon.
Señora Zavala Palafox, buenas tardes.
Ma'am, you're charged with simple battery. The bond is $3,000.
Señora, a usted se le acusa de delito de violencia simple. La fianza es de $3,000.
However, I'm going to allow her to sign herself out on an OR bond.
Sin embargo, señora, voy a permitir que usted firme su fianza para salir bajo palabra.
The condition is she's to have no violent contact, meaning no hitting of any of that nature with Mr. Figueroa.
La condición de su señora es que no tenga ningún contacto violento, me refiero a golpes o algo por el estilo, con el señor Figueroa.
She may go home, she may do normal things, just no physical violence.
Usted puede volver a su casa y hacer sus cosas normales, solamente nada de violencia física.
Ask her, does she have any questions?
¿Alguna pregunta, señora?
Sí, sí, lo que no entendí fue, voy a salir bajo fianza. ¿Cómo es la fianza?
What I understood was I'm going to get out on bond. And what do you mean by out on bond?
She can sign herself out. By her signature, she will be released.
Que usted puede firmar para salir. Entonces, firmando, la van a dejar en libertad.
Just no arguments or pushing or shoving with
La
Mr.
única
Figueroa.
condición es nada de discutir, ni empujones o golpes.
Does she understand?
¿Entiende?
Sí, entonces, tengo que, para la fianza, tengo que pagar ya o cómo.
So for the bond, do I need to pay now or how does that work?
She may sign herself out. They're going to allow her to just sign her signature, and that will be, by her signature, she will be released.
No, señora, usted nada más tiene que firmar para salir. Entonces, con la misma firma, la van a dejar en libertad.
All right, tell her thank you, and then the deputy there can explain anything else to her.
Gracias, señora. Si tiene más preguntas, uno de los agentes le puede explicar todo.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Ms. Tolles, I think that is the end. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a great one.
You too.
Bye-bye. Good afternoon, sir. You Mr. Knight?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Knight, it is, first of all, you have counsel. Let me make sure counsel is here. Yep, I see him. You have Mr., and I don't want to pronounce the name wrong, Scheib or Sheeb, Dennis Scheib?
Scheib is right. Thank you, Judge.
All righty. So, Mr. Knight, you have counsel present. Mr. Knight, it is alleged that you committed the offense of criminal damage in the second degree, criminal trespass, obstruction or hindering an emergency telephone call, or in simple battery. Mr. Knight, do you understand those allegations, or do you require me to read them to you, sir?
Understand them, sir.
All right, Mr. Knight, the combined bond for all your charges is $15,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Knight?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Knight, there is one condition, and that you stay away from Sinatra Knight. All righty, sir. Let me check one more thing.
Judge, let me just, if I may say, I missed part of what you said. Is it no violent contact with Miss Knight?
No, it's a stay away.
But could we possibly do this, if I may? I spoke to her at 12, I'll state my place. I spoke to her at 12:59 today at 678-216-6501. And she does not oppose him getting out, and she would like for him to live with her, no violent contact. They've been married for 14 years. He's had the same business where he is he actually picks up bodies from the police that are deceased and transports them. But this was a situation, from what I understand from her, that was very minor. So she would like that condition of no violent contact. They have children together, and they've been married for 14 years.
In terms of him getting out, that's the bond he has to make. All right, I'll make that amendment. Sir, your next court date is January the 4th, 8 a.m. in 2021. I'm sorry, let me say it this way. January the 4th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. Did you get that, counsel? I'm sorry, it's January the 4th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201.
Okay.
No violent contact provision.
Okay.
All right. Any questions, Mr. Knight?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, and thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge. Have a nice day.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Joe, we got the females already?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, you gonna start, alphabetical order, right, sir?
Yes, sir. It should be Miss Bailey.
Bailey.
Miss Bailey, good afternoon. Miss Bailey, it is alleged that you committed the offense of battery, family violence. Do you understand the allegation, Miss Bailey, or do you require me to read it to you?
I understand it.
Miss Bailey, the bond is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, Miss Bailey?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Miss Bailey, a condition of your bond is that you'd have no violent contact with Mr. Brandon Smith. You can be around him, just no fighting. Okay, Miss Bailey?
Okay.
Now, Miss Bailey, because it's a misdemeanor, you have the option of just trying to make bond and having your case put off until next year, or do you want to speed it up? What is your decision, ma'am?
Postpone.
Okay, ma'am. All righty. So I'm gonna put down here your court date is the 1st of December of this year. But again, if you make bond, that day will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, man.
Are you Miss Crew? Are you Miss Crew? All right, I can barely hear you. All right, Crew. It is alleged that you fled from police. You had no license, reckless driving, and you drove above the speed limit. Now, Ms. Crew, I'm going to deny the allegations today, but they could be brought up again. So at this point, the allegations are denied. Thank you, ma'am.
Let's go. Slide down.
Are you Shalona Jennings?
No, sir.
What is your name, ma'am?
Tiffany Smith.
Smith. Yes, sir.
You want it? Because I got my screw.
Well,
Tiffany Smith.
Come on.
I've
I'm
got
sorry,
three
George.
different names.
Now. Come on.
The orders of the gentleman.
What's the name?
What is your name, ma'am? I did not hear that. Ms. Jennings. All right, Ms. Jennings, it is alleged that you committed the following offenses, ma'am. Failure to exercise due care, having no insurance, having an expired tags, and driving suspended or revoked license. Do you understand the allegations, ma'am, or do you require me to read them to you?
Yes, I understand them.
Okay, Ms. Jennings, your bond this afternoon is $3,500. Will you be able to make bond, Ms. Jennings?
I don't, I just moved here and I don't have anybody here.
Understand. All right, Ms. Jennings, so let's get into the next phase then. You have an option of, again, making bond, which will push this case down the road into next year, or you may waive your preliminary hearing, which is basically speeding it up. What would you like to do, ma'am?
I have children and stuff and I don't have any way to stay here for 10 days.
Okay, I mean, I can't help you in that. I gave you a choice. Do you want to, do you want to make bond, or would you like to waive your preliminary hearing? Those are the only choices I can offer you, man.
I can try to see if I can try to do the bond thing, but I don't know.
Okay, ma'am. All right. Again, I'm going to put the case down for the December the 1st. And if you make bond, that day will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. Thank you, ma'am.
So I can pay the $3,500.
If you use a bonding company, yeah, $3,500, ma'am, yes. Hello, Ms. Patterson. Are you Ms. Patterson?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Patterson, it is alleged you committed the offense of simple battery. Do you understand the allegations, or do you require me to read it to you?
I understand.
All righty, ma'am. I'm going to allow you to sign out on an OR bond, which means you can sign yourself out. This condition, of course, is to have, you must not violate any laws while you're in bond. But there's also a special condition that you have no violent contact with Sylvia Young. Do you understand, ma'am?
She's no longer allowed. She's deceased.
That's fine. So that will not be an issue. All righty. Your next court date, ma'am, will be December the 1st at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. December the 1st, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Judge.
Yes, sir.
I got Miss Dewberry, Tiffany.
Okay.
Barry, okay.
Let's see if is she on the 11th or on the 12th? I'll find out. Say again?
Yeah, the 11th, sir.
Okay, well, I don't have it. Let me check something. Dewberry on the 11th.
Maybe the Smith. She got two names. Yes, Miss Tiffany. Ma'am, let's put that on the table.
Now, which is your real name, ma'am? Were you Tiffany L. Dewberry or Tiffany Smith?
It's Smith, sir. Dewberry is an old name. That's me also, but that's not my name now.
Okay, all right. Okay. Now, it is alleged that you committed the offense. Hold on a second. What is your date of birth, ma'am?
1386.
Sorry?
11386.
You also go by the name of Carter.
Yes, that's my maiden name.
So you go by the name of, okay, okay.
This is my married name. That's my name right now.
Okay. So I have 3 different names for you up here. All righty. Well, I think we'll get it right.
Okay.
All right. So I should address you as Miss Carter?
Smith, sir.
Smith. Okay. All right, Miss Tiffany Smith. It is alleged that you committed the offense of battery. Do you understand the allegations, or do you require me to read it to you, ma'am?
I believe I understand.
All right. Now, ma'am, the bond. Now, what's the name of your husband, or to whom are you married? What's their name?
Patrick Smith.
Okay, Patrick Smith. All righty, all right, hold on, all right, now, ma'am, all right, the bond is $3,000. There's a special condition that you're not to have any violent contact with Mr. Patrick Smith. You can go back around the house, etc., but again, no violent contact. Now, the date for misdemeanors is December the 1st. Okay, again, you've heard me explain, you can, if you post bond, that day will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. Or if you want to speed it up, you'll do something called waiving. What is your decision? Do you want to make bond or do you want to speed it up?
I want to make bond.
All righty, so I'm going to put you down here for December the 1st. But again, if you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Thank you, Ms. Smith.
Thank you.
Mhm. Give me 1 second, please.
Oh, yeah.
Ready? Okay, Miss, what is your name, please?
And it's Davis.
Miss Davis, good afternoon. Miss Davis, it's alleged that you committed the offense of criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand the allegation, Miss Davis?
Yes, sir. I think so, yes.
Okay.
You say
All right.
property, yes.
Yes, ma'am, damage to property. Now, Miss Davis, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon on an OR bond. Of course, while you're out on bond, you're not to, violating laws while out on bond. Your next court date, Miss Davis, is going to be December the 1st, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. December the 1st, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Thank you, Miss Davis.
State the name to the judge.
Hello, ma'am. What's your name, please? Miss Holloman, you're alleged to have committed the offense of simple battery. Do you understand the allegations, Miss Holloman, or do you require me to read it to you?
You can read them.
Ms. Holloman, it's alleged that you got into some pushing and shoving with Mr. Richard Long. That's the basis. I mean, the issue is you stated he damaged your property, but he was not a threat to you, etc., and that you both reside together. That's the gist of the allegation. Now, Ms. Holloman, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out on an OR bond. There's a special condition, and that you have no violent contact with Mr. Long. Okay, you may communicate with him, but no pushing and shoving or anything of that nature. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Now, ma'am, your next court date is going to be on December the 1st at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. December the 1st, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Thank you, ma'am. What is your name, ma'am?
Morgan.
Ms. Jessica Morgan. Ms. Morgan, it's alleged that you violated the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Do you understand the allegation, ma'am, or do you want me to read it to you?
I understand.
All right, the bond is $8,000. Will you be able to make bond, Ms. Morgan?
Probably not.
Okay. All right, Ms. Morgan, your next court date, ma'am, is the 4th of January, 8 a.m. in quorum 201. January 4th, 8 a.m. quorum 201. Thank you, Ms. Morgan.
Good afternoon, I'm Victoria Simmons.
All right. All right, Ms. Simmons, it's alleged that you committed the offense of criminal trespass and battery. Do you understand those allegations, Ms. Simmons, or do you require me to read it to you?
You can read it.
All right, Ms. Simmons, it's alleged that you committed the offense of battery when you made physical contact with one Leandre Siegler by striking the person in the face with a liquor bottle. And you also committed the offense of criminal trespass when you threw the victim's clothes outside of the location. And it states that you both reside together. That's the gist of the allegations. Ms. Simmons, your bond this afternoon is $5,000. Will you be able to make bond, Ms. Simmons?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Simmons. Now, you'd have no contact with Mr. Siegler. In whose name is that residence, ma'am?
That's my baby's father.
Okay, all righty. You didn't answer my question though, so that's fine. That's not a question I asked. All righty, that's okay, ma'am. That's okay, ma'am. I didn't ask you who he was. I asked you whose residence it was. Now just listen, okay? And you're to stay away from Mr. Siegler. You're not to go back around that property at 2795 Caribou Court in Morrow. And I understand you have stuff there, so you may contact the sheriff and they will go with you to help you get your stuff from that residence. Now, your next court date as a misdemeanor is January the 4th. If you make bond, that date will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Or you may choose to waive and speed up your court date. What is your decision, ma'am?
I want to make bond.
Okay, all righty, I thank you. Again, if you make bond, that day will be canceled. If you do not make bond, your next court date is going to be December the 1st at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. The baby is small.
What is your name, ma'am?
Cortessa Latisse Nelson.
Hey, Nelson. Ortisa Nelson. Good afternoon, ma'am. It's alleged you committed the offense of disorderly conduct. Do you understand the allegation, or do you require me to read it to you?
I understand, but
Okay, Miss Nelson, the bond is $1,500. Will you be able to make bond, Miss Nelson?
sorry.
Okay, now, Miss Nelson, if you make bond, your court date is set for December the 1st. If you make bond, that day will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
thank you, Miss Nelson. Good afternoon. What is your name, please? Okay, I didn't hear that at all.
Tommy.
Thomas?
Yes, sir.
All right, Miss Ladaria Thomas.
Yes, sir.
All right, and Ms. Thomas, it's alleged that you committed the offense of criminal trespass as well as simple battery. Do you understand those allegations, Ms. Thomas, or do you require me to read them to you?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right, and Ms. Thomas, the bond is $5,000. Will you be able to make bond, Ms. Thomas?
Yes, sir.
All righty, now, The court date is scheduled for December 1st. If you make bond, that day will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. Okay, I must also explain to you that you may also speed up that court date if you wanted, which is called waiving, and you'll have a next court date within the next 10 days. Do you still just want to make bond or do you want to speed it up?
Make bond.
Righty. Now, there's one condition of your bond, ma'am, and that you'd have no violent contact with Demario Williams. Understand?
Yes, sir.
All righty. I thank you, ma'am, and have a good afternoon.
Thanks. Have a great one.
All righty.
Judge, I think we finished with anything else.
Let me just ask you, Ashley Jones, did that person make bond?
Sir, she did medical, so we're gonna have to do her last.
Okay, all right, good enough. I'll make a note. And I had, let me see. Nope, that's it. All righty, that's it for the females. Thank you.
Okay, so we're ready. We're gonna start with those. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you very well. Thank you.
Okay, it says the connection was unstable. We're gonna start with those males that from November 11th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, one moment.
Ma'am. Hello, sir. You Mr. Bates? Mr. Bates, it's alleged you committed the offense of reckless conduct, obstruction of an officer, as well as possession of a firearm by one who's been previously convicted. Do you understand the allegations, Mr. Bates, or do you require me to read them to you? Okay, I think you said you understand. Is that what you said? All right. Mr. Bates, your total bond this afternoon is $16,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Bates? Okay. All right, Mr. Bates, when you do make bond, there's a condition on your bond, and that is you're to stay away from the Carrion Williams and Keon Sampson. Now, Mr. Bates, I'm appointed counsel to assist you, and your next court date, Mr. Bates, is January the 4th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. January the 4th, 8 a.m., 201. Thanks much, Mr. Bates. Are you Anthony Brown, sir? Are you Anthony Brown? All right, Mr. Brown. It is alleged that you committed the offense of battery, family violence. Do you understand the allegation, Mr. Brown, or do you require me to read it to you? All right, Mr. Brown, the bond in those matters is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Brown? All right. Now, Mr. Brown, the court date is December the 1st. If you make bond, that day will get canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. I must also advise you, you have the right to speed this up, which is called waiving, and you'll have your next court date in the next 10 days. Do you want to just make bond and have it put off, or do you want to speed it up? Make bond. All righty. Give me 1 second. All right. Now, Mr. Brown, there is a condition of your bond, of course. You must not violate any laws while out on bond, but I'm also putting here a special condition. I do have no violent contact with Antoinette Brown. You can be around her. I'm taking a chance you're going to be able to go home and just be chill. Okay? All right. I can't really read everything you're saying, but all right. Thank you, sir. That's all. You have any questions, sir? I can't hear you. Okay, I can't hear you. Hang on.
I just want to ask
Go
him.
on, ask them again.
You said my
Okay.
bond was 3,000, right?
Yes, sir.
Do I
And
have to
you'd have no violent contact with Miss Antoinette Brown.
pay? So 3,000, what, that's $300?
Sure, I'm not going to do your math. See you later. Bye.
Go to the slide. Come up here, tell me your name.
What's your name, sir? Are you Mr. Catron?
Davenport.
Davenport. Okay, Mr. Elijah Davenport. Mr. Davenport is alleged to committed the following offenses: aggravated assault, terroristic threats, discharging a firearm near a highway, and criminal damage in the first degree. Do you understand the allegations, Mr. Davenport, or you want me to read them to you?
Yeah, you reading to the public?
Sure. Mr. Davenport, it said that you committed the offense of aggravated assault when you shot a 9mm handgun at a black Dodge. It also says, okay, that's the genesis of the entire charge. Terroristic threat is shooting it towards a person who was occupying the vehicle, and then you discharge the handgun within 50 yards of the street. So, sir, that is the allegation that's the gist of the allegations. I'm denying you bond this afternoon, sir. And when you do make bond, you're to stay from one Brintavian Dorsey. You can contact him, go around him, or anything of that nature. Now, I'm appointing counsel to assist you, Mr. Davenport. And your next court date, sir, is the 4th of January, 2021. January the 4th, 8 a.m. in court 201. All right, thank you, Mr. Davenport.
Judge Cooper, hold on one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Tron. Go on the slide.
No, he didn't respond.
He's-
He didn't respond. I called twice.
Judge Cooper, hold on one moment, okay?
I can pick him up at the back end if you want.
I gotta find out where he is, sir. Hold on one second.
No problem. No problem. Hey, sir, what's your name, please? Hold on. Are you Mr. Catron? Or are you Mr. Fear? Well, doesn't matter. Hold on. I can't hear you, so I'll wait until they activate their sound.
Okay, Judge Cooper.
All right. I'm sorry, what's your name, sir?
Mr. Catron, sir.
Okay, Mr. Catron. Sir, it's alleged that you drove on a suspended license, no insurance, and knowingly driving on a suspended or canceled license. That's the allegations. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you require me to read them to you?
I understand them, sir.
Sir, your bond this afternoon is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Now, the court date is set for December the 1st. If you make bond, that date will be canceled, and you'll get your next court date in the mail. All right, sir?
Sure.
And again, I've appointed counsel to assist you, but if you choose, you can hire your own counsel. All right, thank you, sir, and have a good afternoon.
Step up and tell him your name. Step up and come. Move down, Mr. Gasson. Yes, Mr. Fierro. Mr. Fierro.
Come on, man.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, it's alleged you committed the offense of simple assault, obstruction of an officer, and disorderly conduct. Your bond this afternoon, sir, is $7,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
The what?
Your bond is $7,000. Will you be able to make bond?
For bond for what? What did I do?
All right, I'll read it to you. It said you committed the acts of simple assault when you charged towards Officer Crooms in an aggressive manner, which placed her in reasonable apprehension of receiving a violent injury. That's the simple assault. Obstruction of an officer. Hang on a second. I'll read it exactly as it is here. Obstruction of an officer. After being placed in handcuff, you kept refusing to yes, after being placed in handcuff, you kept refusing and kicking and fighting and spitting at the officers. So that's the disorderly conduct as well as the obstruction of an officer charge. The disorderly conduct also says that you acted in a violent manner towards one Dennis Brown by hitting the side of his truck, as well as hitting multiple cars as they entered into the neighborhood and other workers' vehicles. That is what is alleged that you did, sir. Now, your bond is $7,000, and again, this is not whether you did it or not, it's just an allegation. The bond is $7,000. Would you be able to make bond? All righty. Sir, your next court date is December the 1st. If you make bond, that day will be canceled, or if you want your court case sped up, then you'll sign a waiver. Do you want your court case sped up, sir?
You don't.
Say again, sir?
You don't.
I'm not understanding you, sir.
I wanted to, you don't. Because I'm not sure, I did any of that.
All right. Thank you, sir. Follow the orders of the deputies, please.
It's behind your back. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, sir. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. There you go. It's just simple. So go right over there. Stand to the side. When it opens up, go over to RE2. See that door that's open? See that door that's open?
Hey, sir. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Judge.
Give me 1 minute here. Let me take care of something.
Yes, sir.
What did I say? Tell me what I said. Put your hands behind your back. Tell me what I said. Repeat what I said. Go to the door that's open. You see that? No. Is that open?
1 more minute, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want to make sure I take my time to do things right.
Yes, sir.
Would that be the door I'm talking about? So which door am I talking about? Am I talking about that doorway that's open clearly? You see that doorway straight ahead? All right,
let's start. Are you Robert Gaskins?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gaskins, good afternoon. Mr. Gaskins, it said that you made an improper lane change as well as drove under the influence of alcohol. Sir, the bond is $4,500. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Gaskins?
4,000? Okay. Yes.
All right. Mr. Gaskins, if you make bond, the court date is scheduled for December the 1st. If you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. But also, Mr. Gaskins, I have to inform you that if you want this case sped up, you do so and you'll have a next court date within the next 10 days. Do you want to just make bond and have the case put off until next year, or do you want to speed it up, sir?
I want to make bond.
All right, Mr. Gaskins, thank you, and you get your next court date in the mail once you make bond, okay, sir?
Can I get my stuff out to pay for my bond myself, Judge? That's a question.
You can talk to the deputies there. I have no control of the jail, sir. Thank you much.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
come on over here, go on the slide. Come on, step up and tell me a minute.
I can talk to you.
On the slide.
What's your name, sir?
Yeah, Grant.
Mr. Grant, it's alleged you committed the following offenses: possession of marijuana, 1 ounce or less. You also violated the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. You also had a sufficient amount of cocaine to be charged with trafficking, as well as you made an improper lane change.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the allegations, or do you want me to read them to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All righty, now, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond this afternoon, Mr. Grant, but I have appointed counsel to assist you. And Mr. Grant, your next court date is January the 4th of next year in 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. January the 4th, 2021, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Thank you, Mr. Grant.
Mr. Wall. Mr. Wall, yes.
Hello, Mr. Hardy. Are you Mr. Hardy?
Yes, sir. Hi, sir.
Mr. Hardy, it said that you committed the offense of criminal trespass. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
Read them to me, please, sir.
All right, Mr. Hardy basically said that you interfered with one Shalina Dupree's phones and keys without her consent. You took those items during verbal altercations. That's the gist of it, sir. So you trespassed, messed with someone's property without their consent. Again, just an allegation. The bond is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
I could try, sir.
Understand. Now, sir, when you make bond, you can go back around Miss Dupree, but you'd have no violent contact with her, okay?
That's totally understood, sir.
All right, understood. All righty, now, if you make bond, your next court date, which is scheduled for December the 12th, that date will be canceled.
Oh, no. Hold on, he gonna open it.
They're speaking, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, all righty, no problem. All righty, now, that date will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Or if you want to, you can do something called waiving, and your court date will be sped up, or you'll have it in the next 10 days.
Sir, one question, if I may.
Yes, sir.
I'm unable to get someone outside to be able to come with the percentage that they would need to a bail bonds company. Would it be possible to get a reduction?
And from $2,000, man, I'm smiling on you right now, but I understand you gotta ask. All right, don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing else. All right, so you're gonna try to make bond.
I have 2 jobs I'll try and get to, so yes, sir.
All right, you have a great afternoon and all the best to you, okay, sir?
Thank you, sir.
All righty.
Go into 3. Go into 3. Tell me your name.
Holloway, Justin Holloway.
Don't close the door, just close it.
All righty. Mr. Holloway, it's alleged you committed defense of 2 counts of battery, family violence. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
I understand, sir.
All right, sir, the bond is $6,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Holloway, once you make bond, I have a condition, a special condition.
Yes, sir.
That you have no violent contact with Jordan Fuller or your Mrs. Guana Holloway. I may not have pronounced that correctly.
Yes, sir.
You can go back around the house, but I'm taking a risk on you, okay?
Yes, sir.
If you violate these terms, as I said earlier, you'll be rearrested, new charges, not allowed any bond. Clear,
Yes.
sir?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All righty. Now, the next court date is December the 1st, but if you make bond, that court date will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Okay, sir?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a good afternoon.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes, ma'am.
stand by for me, please.
Again?
Stand by for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that should have been the last of the bunch.
Yes,
From the
ma'am.
first that we did the announcements. I'm gonna set up the second group, okay?
Yes, fair enough. I'm gonna take a step off for a quick minute.
Okay. Judge Cooper,
All right. Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second. Yes, ma'am.
there's just one more. Kevin Johnson was the other one. Can you do him and then we get set up?
Sure.
Okay, one moment. Judge Cooper, I had stepped away. Did you do Kevin Johnson already?
No,
You didn't?
no.
Okay.
The last gentleman I did was Holloway.
Last one you did was Holloway?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on one moment, because he did receive the announcement, as far as I know. Hold on one second.
No problem. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All righty. I'm Judge Cooper, and I'm going to start off by swearing you all in that whatever you say this afternoon before the court will be telling the truth. So please raise your right hand for me. Do you swear all information given to the court this afternoon will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Please put your hands down. Alrighty, I'm going to take a couple minutes to speak with you all about your rights, because I believe it's very important that you know what your rights are. Alrighty, first, I'm not here to take a plea or take any information as it pertains to your case. You're here for me to inform you of what is being alleged against you, and that's all. What is being alleged against you, not what you're guilty of or anything like that. What you're alleged to have done. You're here for me to inform you of your rights, to set bail on those offenses for which I'm authorized to set bail, to determine whether you require the assistance of a court-appointed counsel, and to inform you of your next court date. All right, let's start with your rights. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing. But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceedings may be used against you if your case goes to trial. During this and all proceedings, you have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have a right to an indictment by grand jury if you're charged with felonies, or by accusation if you're charged with a misdemeanor. You have a right to a speedy and public trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses who are called to testify against you. You also have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf. And should you choose to do so, you may choose to testify on other evidence in your own defense. But should you choose not to testify, there can be no presumption of guilt raised, which means if you don't choose to testify, that doesn't mean you're guilty. Again, as I said today, you're simply just an accused. Now, let's talk about counsel. You have the right to be represented by an attorney, and per the order of Judge Dallas, our magistrate court judge, an attorney has been appointed to represent each and every one of you. You may, however, choose to hire your own counsel should you choose to do so. The folks that we have appointed to assist you, either that person themselves or someone from that office, is to come and see you within 72 hours. That's the person to whom you tell whatever, because as a judge, I cannot take any information at this point, nor provide you any assistance. Now, let's talk about bond. Some of you will be allowed to post an unrestricted bond for your release from jail pending the prosecution of your case. Bond may be posted using cash, commercial, or property. Let's say your bond is $3,000 and you have someone who has that amount of funds. They may post that funds with the sheriff along with all fees. And when your case is finished, that person goes and gets the full amount of their funds back. If you do not have someone with that amount of funds, you may use a bonding company. The difference is a bonding company charges 10 to 15% of the amount of your bond. So for a $3,000 bond, they'll probably charge your family member around $400. The family member pay the bonding company that funds, the bonding company pay your bond. The difference is the money that's paid to the bonding company, that's their fee. No one gets that back. Or you may use a property bond. If you have someone who have equity in their property, 3 to 4 times the amount of your bond, they pledge the deed for your release. When the case is over with, they go and they get their deed back. Now, on all bonds is a general condition that you'll remain law-abiding. That's a condition on all bonds. Some bonds will have a specific condition, such as you do not contact a certain person or go around certain places. Understand, if you violate those specific bond conditions, you will be rearrested, have a new charge, and you'll not be entitled to any bond for the remainder of this case. Now, if you have a family member who's named as a victim on your warrant, if there is a no contact provision, that person cannot post your bond. Okay? If your family member is a victim and there's a no contact provision, that person cannot post your bond. Now, some of you are charged with offenses on which I'm not authorized to grant a bond. Also, If you're currently on probation or parole, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond. Now, for those of you charged with a misdemeanor only, misdemeanor court date is misdemeanor court date is December the 1st of 2020. If you post a bond, that court date will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. So again, misdemeanor, if you post a bond, that court date will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Your next court date will be in 2021. If you think you may have difficulty posting bond, you may waive your preliminary hearing. Waive your preliminary hearing is a decision you're making that you want to speed your case up. If you choose to waive your preliminary hearing, you'll have a next hearing within the next 7 to 10 business days. Waiving your preliminary hearing doesn't affect any of your rights. All it is, you're saying that you want to speed your case up. If you're charged with a felony, your court date is January the 4th of 2021. If you're charged with a felony, you're not authorized, if you're charged with a felony, I'm not allowed, nor are you authorized to have your preliminary hearing waived. All right, at this point, I'm gonna turn you back over to the deputies. Just follow their instructions. When you come up, I'll talk with you individually regarding what the allegations are against you and your next court date. Thank you for your attention.
One moment, sir. I'll be with you in a minute.
Yeah, no problem.
One moment, Judge Cooper. We're just setting them up.
Yeah, you're fine. Take your time, please. You're good. Hey, sir, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Are you Mr.
Okay,
Tell me your name. Tell me your name.
name's Jason Lee.
Lee? All right, give me a second.
Yes, sir.
All righty, Mr. Jason Noel Lee. Sir, it's alleged you committed the offense of criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand the allegation, sir, or do you require me to read it to you?
No, sir, I understand it.
Both.
All righty, Mr. Lee, the bond is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Lee?
I hope so. I'm not sure.
Understand. Now, Mr. Lee, when you make bond, you're to stay from Mr. Robinson, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Mr. Lee, the court date for misdemeanors is December the 1st, as you've heard me explain. If you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail, some probably into next year. Or if you want, you can speed it up, have a court date within the next 7 to 10 business days. Okay. What would you like to do, sir?
The wait.
You like to waive it?
I'd rather wait till later on.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna try to make bond. Got it? And do it later. All right, sir. Well, thank you very much and have a good afternoon. Okay, sir?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
McClendon.
Mr. McClendon, good afternoon. Mr. McClendon, it's alleged you committed the offense of criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand the allegation, Mr. McClendon, or you require me to read it to you?
I understand.
All right, then, Mr. McClendon, the bond is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. McClendon?
Try to.
Understand. Mr. McClendon, again, if you make bond, the court date of December 1st will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. Okay, sir? All right. Thank you, Mr. McClendon.
Hello, Kenneth McGee.
Again, it's alleged that you drove with a suspended or revoked license. You had a red light or traffic control violation, and also a child restraint violation. Do you understand the allegations, Mr. McGee, or do you require me to read them to you?
I understand.
All right, Mr. McGee, the bond this afternoon is $2,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
No, sir, I'm not gonna be able to make bond. I was hoping for an SOR due
No,
to my.
sir. No, sir. No, sir. Now, you have an option, though. You can waive the preliminary hearing, which speeds it up. Rather than court date of December the 1st, you'll have a court date maybe around probably November 20th or so. Correct. Yeah, November 20th or so.
Can I say something on my behalf, sir?
Well, hold on. First, I need you to tell me whether or not you want to wait for December 1st and make bond, or do you want to waive it? Let's address that first.
I don't want to wait, y'all. And I have some serious health problems.
I can't. Again, I've appointed counsel to assist you. Someone is supposed to be there within 72 hours. That's the person you address that to. Sitting here today, I'd love to be able to help you, sir, but the system does not allow that. Okay, I have to treat everybody equally. I can't verify your health problems or not, and I'm not being disrespectful to you. I'm just explaining to you the process. So that's why I said, you have an option of waiving, speeding it up, making bonds. You can go handle your business. Those are the two options I can offer you, sir. Which one would you like?
So if I don't waive it, then I gotta wait till December 2nd.
December 1st.
I guess I'll just be having to waive it then.
It's up to you, sir. And again, if you make bond, you can get on out of here and do about your business. Now, the deputy there is going to have you fill out a paperwork to know that you want to waive it, and I'll take care of the rest to make sure they speed it up for you, sir. Thank you, and all the best with that health conditions, all right?
Judge Cooper.
Yes, ma'am.
Next will be Mr. Morgan. Come right here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Burnell Morgan?
Yeah, you want to do them now, or you want to hold them for last?
I can do them now.
Okay, he's right there.
Yes, sir. Sir. Your case is different than everybody else, Mr. Morgan. And it's alleged that it's different in the fact that you've not committed any offense in the state of Georgia, nor in this county. It is alleged that you were wanted out of St. Charles Parish in good old Louisiana. I'm going to give you the short version. If you don't understand it, then I can give you the long version. Mr. Morgan, you can contest extradition. You can contest extraditions on 4 very limited grounds. First, whether you are in fact Burnell Joseph Morgan. 2, whether what you're charged with in St. Charles Parish, Louisiana is actually an offense. 3, whether the paperwork is in order. And based upon those 3 things, whether you are in fact a fugitive. If you choose to challenge extradition, You'll stay with us for an initial period of 30 days, where the folks at the state level get to make sure that all those 3 things are correct. If they don't get it together in the 30 days, you can stay with us for an additional 60 days. If after 90 days they haven't gotten it together, sir, you'll be released. That's challenging extradition. Or you may waive extradition. The folks in St. Charles Parish will be notified you're here. They'll have a reasonable amount of time to come and get you. Normally less than 30 days. I can't tell you exactly how many days, but less than 30 days. Do you understand contesting versus waiving extradition, sir?
Yeah, the waivers, they got the less than 30 to come get me, right? That's the waiver, right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Waiving it mean they got the less than 30 days to come get me, right?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm
sorry.
I talked to my lawyer. He said the process already started for them to come get me.
All right. Well, sir. All right. I'm going to put, so you're going to waive then. You're waiving extradition. All righty, sir. Thank you much. And I'll sign some paperwork for you. Thank you.
How you doing, Your Honor? Brandon Searcy.
Mr. Searcy, I'm doing okay. And I hope you are too, despite no matter all this stuff. Mr. Searcy, it is alleged that you had the following offenses. 1 count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, possession of a weapon while committing a crime. You have no license, a license violation. You failed to yield while entering a roadway, as well as a violation of a seatbelt law. Now, Mr. Searcy, the bond for all of those offenses is $19,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Searcy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Searcy, when you make bond, hang on a second. Of course, there's a general condition not to break any laws, but your next court date, Mr. Searcy, is going to be January the 1st. I'm sorry, January the 4th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. And I've appointed counsel to assist you. So someone from that attorney's office ought to come and see you within 72 hours. Okay, sir? Thank you, Mr. Searcy. Mr. Pickens? No, that's fine. Tell me your name, sir. Just tell me your name.
Aaron Show.
All right, Mr. Show. All right, sir.
There's Cooper.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Pickens gonna have to be done last, okay?
No problem. Mr. Show, it's alleged you committed the following offenses, sir. 1 count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, 1 count of aggravated assault, 1 count of terroristic threats act, discharging a firearm near a highway, and criminal damage in the 1st degree. Do you understand those allegations, sir, or do you require me to read them to you?
I will currently
Read to you. Okay, sir. Basically said, fired a 9mm handgun at a black Challenger, driven by one Mr. Brentavious Dorsey. You discharged a firearm within 50 feet of the roadway, and you committed criminal trespass when the bullet went through a lady's home. And criminal damage, of course, is also damage to the car. That's the allegation, sir.
terrorist.
Okay, hold on. Don't be a lawyer now today. All right. The controlled substance. Okay, there's a small bag of ecstasy found in your car. Okay. And of course, as you said, Terroristic Threat Act. Was the act of shooting at someone, sir. Sir, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond this afternoon because, where is that? Record states that on 2018, March, you were sentenced to a term of probation for 5 years. So I'm not authorized to grant you a bond this afternoon, Mr. Show. But again, I've appointed counsel to assist you. And your next court date will be on January the 4th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
You saying I'm on probation here?
Going to RH1.
No, I didn't say that. I just said you're on probation.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Jason Size.
Mr. Sines, good afternoon. Sir, I'm going to deny your charge of cruelty to children in the third degree. I'm denying it, the warrant, not because the allegation may not be true or not, but it's just not substantiated here. So you may get even though I'm denying it here, they may bring it back. Okay, sir?
Okay.
Thank you. That's it. What's your name, sir?
Patrick Smith, sir.
Mr. Smith, what is the name of your spouse?
Tiffany Smith.
Oh, okay. She came through earlier. Tiffany Clark, Tiffany, bunch of different names. Okay, all right, got it. All right, hold on a second now. All right. All right, sir, your charge of battery, the bond is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, some kind of way. Can I get like a bar reduction or anything?
All right, no problem. Now you can have no violent contact with Miss Tiffany Smith, okay? You can go back, be around her, but no pushing, shovings, none of that other stuff. All righty, Mr. Smith, the date for misdemeanor court is 12/1 of 20, December 1st. If you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. You may also speed it up. If you think you may have difficulty making bond, you may also waive and speed it up, in which case you'll have a next court date within the next 7 to 10 business days. Sir, what is your decision? You want to just make bond and the case go over until January of next year? Yes. Or you want to waive and speed it up?
I make bond, I mean I get out today, right?
Make bond, get out today, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, that's what I'm trying to do.
All right, thank you, sir.
Hey, how much is $3,000?
$3,000.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today, sir?
Not too bad, sir.
My name is Damian Thomas.
All right, Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas is alleged you committed the offense of battery. There's also cruelty to children. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read it to you?
Yes, I do. I understand.
All right, sir, your bond is $6,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Can I get a bond reduction?
Your bond is $6,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, when you make bond, sir, you just stay from Sophia Fraser. You have to go back around the address of 9187 Raven Drive in Jonesboro, but I presume you have stuff there. So I'm putting here on the bond order that if you contact the sheriff within 10 days of being released, they will go with you to help you get your stuff. That is to make sure that no one said you did whatever while you were there. Now, sir, your next court date as a misdemeanor is December the 1st. If you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Or you may choose to speed it up, which is called waiving, and you'll have a next court date within the next 7 to 10 business days. What is your decision, sir? Do you want to speed it up or do you want to make bond and deal with it a little later?
I would like to make bond with a bond.
Yes, sir. All right. Next, again, date would be December the 1st, but if you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Thank you, sir.
So my bond is what, sir? On my
$6,000, sir. $6,000.
Good evening, sir. Barry Lee.
Mr. Usher, it's alleged that you had an improper lane change and drove under the influence. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
I understand the allegation, the alleged allegation.
Alleged allegations, and exactly. Mr. Usher, the bond is $4,500. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Usher?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Mr. Usher, the court date for misdemeanors is December the 1st. But if you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get an next court date in the mail, and the court date is probably going to be in the year 2021. But I must also advise you that you can speed it up and have a court date in the next 7 to 10 business days. So do you want to just make bond or do you want to try to speed it up?
Make bond.
Mr. Barry Lee Usher, thank you, sir, and have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, how you doing today, sir?
Not too bad, sir.
Antonio.
Got it. Mr. Antonio, it is alleged that you committed the offense of expired tags, no insurance, also possession of a firearm by a felon. Do you understand the allegations, sir? Or do you want me to read them to you?
alleged allegation. I understand what they
Yes, sir.
they just got the car out. It would have been shown.
I don't need to, don't go into that. Don't go into that. I got you. I've appointed counsel to assist you. Explain that to counsel, and counsel will do what they can do to assist you. Now, here's what you and I need to work on. The bond, sir, is $12,500. Will you be allowed to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Now, your court date, Mr. Venning, is January the 4th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. January the 4th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, sir, and explain everything to your attorney, okay? No, sir.
I'm allowed to.
I'm sorry?
I'm allowed to have a bond reduction.
A bond reduction?
Yes, sir.
Sure, everybody gets the same bond based upon the offenses charged. I have to treat everybody in the same playing field, okay? All right, wish you all the best. All right, what's your name, sir?
Avila Martinez, Christopher.
Okay, all right, hold on. We're going to the next day. Give me 1 second, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, sir. This is November 12th. Mr. Avila.
I'm good. Give me 1 minute and I'll catch up to you. Mr. Martinez, it is alleged, sir, that you fled from a police officer, reckless driving on the wrong side of the road, an improper lane change, as well as a red light violation. Do you understand those charges, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
Yes, sir, I understand.
All right, sir. The bond this afternoon is $11,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Now, sir, when you make bond, of course, there's a general condition that you're not to violate any laws. Again, I've appointed counsel to assist you, and your next court date, sir, is January the 4th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. January the 4th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray, it's alleged that you had a seatbelt violation, 2 counts of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, 1 count of possession of marijuana 1 ounce or less, and 1 count of use or possession of drug-related objects. Sir, do you understand the allegations, or do you want me to, or you require me to read them to you?
Well, I can repeat, sir. I haven't heard this.
All right, you'd like me to read them to you. All right, give me 1 second. All righty, it says that in the passenger side of a vehicle during a traffic stop, you're not wearing your seatbelt, which the driver was not wearing his seatbelt as well. Probable cause search of the vehicle located a clear plastic baggie containing crystal rock, a plastic baggie containing green leafy substance, suspected marijuana, and a black plastic bag with 38 white pills, suspected Xanax, inside his left jacket pocket. Also in between your legs was a silver color grinder, suspected meth, and you also had marijuana, suspected marijuana of less than 1 gram. The meth was field tested and tested positive for meth. That's the allegation, sir. Now, Mr. Gray, the bond, sir, is $22,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
I was told that you all were feds, federal cops.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Oh, that you all was federal cops and not Clayton County judge.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Okay. So between me and you, okay, forget what everybody else told you. Let's focus on what me and you are talking about.
I'm not bonding up. So
say again, you're not gonna be able to make bond? All righty. So your next court date, sir, is January the 4th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. And again, I've appointed counsel to assist you. So you can explain whatever you need to explain to counsel. All right, sir?
When how soon would this be? Oh, January.
Your court date is January the 4th. Counsel is to come and see you within 72 hours or reach out to you within 72 hours.
And who would that be?
Counsel. I don't know the name, but I've appointed it. I've told somebody to appoint a counsel so they can assist you.
All right.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Robert Hector.
Hector, it is alleged, sir, that you were distracted driving, driving a restricted license, possessed marijuana with an ounce or less, and also had drug-related objects. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
I understand, sir.
All right, Mr. Hector, your bond this afternoon is $5,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Hector?
Yes, sir.
All right, and Mr. Hector, you're charged with a misdemeanor. When you make bond, the misdemeanor court date is December the 1st. When you make bond, that day will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. All right, sir. Thank you very much, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Huff, good afternoon. It said here that you drove in a suspended or revoked license. Do you understand the allegation, sir?
Sir.
All right, and Mr. Huff, I'm gonna allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon. Your next court date, sir, will be on January the 1st at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. January the 1st, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. And of course, I've appointed counsel to assist you. Okay, sir?
What I do to sign? I'm sorry.
Yeah, good news. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Jones.
I'm sorry. Say your name again, please.
Jones.
Mr. Jones. All right, give me a second. Going down a couple. It's all right. I can handle that. Mr. Charles Jones. Okay. It's alleged you followed too close. Driving a suspended or revoked license. And also hit and run accident. I'm sorry. Are you Charles Jones? You keep looking around.
Yes, sir.
I need you to focus on me.
I am, sir.
All right, Mr. Jones, the bond is going to be $5,000. Well, first of all, do you understand the allegations, or do you want me to read them to you?
Yes, sir, I understand.
All righty. Now, the bond is $5,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Jones, the court date for misdemeanors is December the 1st. If you make bond, that date will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Jones. Thank you much, and have a good afternoon.
Thank you, sir. Have a good
Hey, sir, what's your name?
Ivy.
Mr. Thomas Ivy. Okay. All righty, sir. You're charged with driving a suspended or revoked license and failing to yield the right of way while entering a roadway. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All righty, sir. The bond is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir. This afternoon.
Okay. Well, all right. Mr. Ivy, when you make bond, the next court date is December the 1st. When you make bond, that day will be canceled, and you're going to get your next court date in the mail. It'll probably be sometime in January or February of next year. All right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ivy. Have a good afternoon.
Just tell me.
Your name, sir?
Marcus Jackson.
Marcus Jackson, you're alleged to have committed the offense of simple battery. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
I understand, sir.
All righty, sir. The bond is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, a condition of your bond, okay, is that you'd have no violent contact with Lisa Bell. I'm going to take a little chance on you. You can contact the person, whatever, just no physical stuff.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Now, your court date is December the 1st, but if you make bond, that date will be canceled, and you'll get your next court date in the mail. Okay, sir? Any questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right. Have a good afternoon.
Morton, Kenneth Morton.
Kenneth.
Morton, M-O-R-T-O-N.
All righty. Hold on a second, Mr. Morton. Thank you. Mr. Morton, it's alleged you had no license.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the allegation, or do you want me to read them to you?
I understand, sir.
All righty. Now, the bond is $1,000. However, I'm going to allow you to sign out on an OR bond. Okay, so you can sign yourself out.
Yes, sir.
Your next court date is December the 1st at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. December the 1st, 8 a.m. courtroom 201, and I've appointed counsel to assist you. Thank you, Mr. Morton.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
They're going to examine David Parker.
Mr. David Ishan Parker is alleged you obstructed an officer. Do you understand the allegations, sir? Do you want me to read them to you?
No, sir.
All righty, sir. The bond is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Might.
Say again, sir.
Because I got like $100 on me. I ain't got no money like that.
Understand. All righty. I understand. Now, Mr. Parker, the court date for misdemeanors is December the 1st. Or you have an option of waiving your preliminary hearing, which is just speeding it up. If you choose to waive your preliminary hearing, you'll have a court date in about 7 to 10 business days. So that's probably around the 20th of the month. What is your decision, sir? Do you want to just wait until December 1st, maybe try to make bond, or do you want to speed it up?
I want to try to make bond.
All righty, sir. So if you make bond, that December 1st date will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. Thank you much, sir. Have a good afternoon.
So step up and tell me your name.
What's your name, sir? You Mr. Priest?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Priest, it's alleged you drove on a suspended or revoked license, and you possessed a firearm by one who's been previously convicted. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
I understand.
Now, Mr. Priest, the bond is $11,500. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Priest?
I'm gonna try hard, sir.
I understand clearly. Now, Mr. Priest, I've appointed counsel to assist you. And Mr. Priest, your next court date is January the 4th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. January the 4th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201.
You said my bond was $11,000?
$500, $11,500. Yes, sir.
Cooper.
All right, Mr. Lexington Excelsior Cooper. Sir, it's alleged you gave a false name, but you also committed the offense of battery family violence. Do you understand the allegations, sir? Or do you want me to read them to you? All right, now the bond is $6,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you make bond, there's a condition that you stay away from Brianna Copeland. All right, let me check something. All right, do you folks live together, sir?
Yes.
Okay, is the address of 5908 Seabright Lane?
That's where my grandmother stayed. When I burn out, I stay with my grandmother.
Okay, all right, let me back up again. All right, so do you live, hold on, let me back up. Do you live at 260-C6 Main Street in Forest Park?
No, sir.
Whose address is that?
It's my cousin's address.
All right, so this thing happened at your cousin's house?
Yes, sir.
All right, okay, no problem, good enough. All righty, now, you're to stay here for Miss Brianna Copeland. Now, the next court date is December the 12th, correction, December 1st, okay? If you make bond, that day will be canceled, and you get next court date in the mail, probably January, February of next year. Or you may speed it up, which is called waiving, and have this matter handled within the next 7 to 10 business days. Do you want to waive it, or do you want to make bond and have it next year sometime?
I want to make bond.
All right, sir. Thank you. Follow the orders of the deputies, please.
Reynolds.
Brother Reynolds. Hang on a second. Zeal Reynolds III. Sir, it's alleged that you had a brake ladder signal inop. You gave a false name, address, and date of birth. You're driving a suspended or revoked license. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
Yes, sir.
You understand? Yes, you understand? Or yes, you want me to read them?
I understand, sir.
All right, thank you. Now, sir, the bond is $4,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Right, sir. Now, if you make bond, the court date is set for the 1st of December. If you make bond, that date will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail, and that date is probably going to be February or so of next year, okay? All right, sir. Thank you much.
Okay.
Jimmy Lee Knox.
Mr. Knox, give me a second. Mr. Knox is alleged you committed the offense of criminal trespass. Do you understand the allegation, Mr. Knox, or do you want me to read it to you?
I understand.
Now, Mr. Knox, the bond in those matters is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Knox?
How much, 2,000?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Knox, let me check something here, sir. Okay, that's fine. Just a general condition of not violating any laws. Now, the court date for misdemeanor is December the 1st, but if you make bond, that date will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. That's probably going to be about February or so, okay, sir, for the next court date. Thank you, Mr. Knox.
Come on, sir.
Tell me your name.
Richard Long.
All right, sir. Give me 1 second. You said Richard, what's the first name? Long, Richard Long. Okay, got it. Richard Long, sorry. Mr. Long, it's alleged you committed the offense of battery as well as criminal trespass. You understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right, sir, the bond is $5,000. Will you be able to make bond?
Yes, sir.
All righty, now, I'm gonna take a little risk. Let me see something. Well, let me tell you what the conditions are. That you'd have no violent contact with Miss Holloman. Okay? You're not allowed to go back around the address of 228 Morrow Road in Forest Park. I presume you have stuff there, sir, so you may schedule an appointment to go and get your stuff. That's to prevent that while you're getting your stuff, there's any allegation that you did anything wrong. All right, now, you're charged with a misdemeanor. Misdemeanor court dates is December the 1st. If you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. You also have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing, in which case you'll have your court date within the next 7 to 10 business days. What would you like, sir? Would you like to waive or would you like to make bond? And
I would like to make bond.
all right, and you understand that condition. You may speak with Miss Holloman. You just can't have any contact with her, but you're not, correction. You may speak with her. You just cannot have any violent contact. No pushing, shoving, arguing of that nature. But you're still not allowed to go back around that address. Okay? So the time you can go back around that address is to go get your stuff. To go get your stuff with the sheriff officer with you. You have a question? Go ahead.
Because that's my brother's address, and I, live there due to my mom.
Does she live there also, sir?
Yes, sir.
You can't be around that address, sir. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Judge Cooper.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right now we have 4 left on this side. That's not including Mr. Pickens and Mr. Render. So can we give these last 4 the announcement, and then we're going to do the ones that are medical and stand by Mr. Pickens and Mr. Render, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Stay there. Nobody come out.
Okay, come out, stay on those first 4.
There we go. Thank you.
Hands behind you. Face this direction. All the other ones are empty, right?
That's it. That's the last one.
I still got those 2 coming from 4. Nope, I just spoke to Peterson. Okay, Judge Cooper, these are the last 4, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm Judge Cooper. I wanted to raise your hand because I have to swear you in. Raise your hands, please. Do you swear that any information you provide to me this afternoon will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
All right, please put your hands down. All righty, I want to take a minute to talk with you all because it's important that you understand the nature of the proceedings of what's going on. First, I'm not here to try your case or take any information in your case. I'm here to inform you of the allegations against you, advise you of the rights that you have to set bail on those offenses for which I'm authorized to set bail, tell you your next court date, and I'm also going to appoint an attorney to assist you through all stages. Let's start with your rights. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing But should you give up that right, anything you say may be used against you if this case goes to trial. During this and all proceedings, you have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to an indictment by grand jury if you're charged with a felony, or by accusation if you're charged with a misdemeanor. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses who are called to testify against you. You also have the right to bring your own witnesses to testify on your behalf. You yourself may also choose to testify, but should you choose not to do so, there can be no presumption of guilt raised. Okay, meaning if you don't choose to testify, that doesn't mean you're guilty. Now, counsel, you have the right to an attorney to represent you, and per the order of Chief Judge Dallas, everyone is being appointed counsel. But you also have the right to hire your own counsel should you choose to do so. Counsel that's appointed to assist you, someone from that counsel's office or that counselor, him or herself, should be contacting you within 72 hours. That's the person you tell whatever you want to tell, because as a judge, I can't assist you. Now let's talk about bond. Some of you will be allowed to post an unrestricted bond for your release from jail pending the prosecution of the case. Bond may be posted using cash, commercial, or property. I'll explain. If I say your bond is $3,000 and you have someone with that amount of funds, they bring the funds, they place it with the sheriff. When your case is over with, that same person goes and get their total amount of their funds back. If you do not have someone with that amount of funds, then it may use a bonding company. The difference is a bonding company charges 10 to 15% of the amount of that bond. 10 or 50% of $3,000 is about $400 to $450. The difference is the money paid to the bonding company, no one gets that back. So they pay the bonding company comes and pays your bond. Or you may use property. If you have someone with equity in property, 3 to 4 times the amount of your bond, they come over, they place a deed to their property for your release. Once the case is over with, they go and get their deed back. Now, bond, and all bond is a general conditions that you remain law-abiding while you're out on bond. That's a general condition. Some folks may also have special conditions that prohibit you from contacting certain place, contacting certain person or going around a certain place. Understand that those are taken very seriously. You violate those, any of those conditions, you will be subject to a new charge. And if rearrested, you'll not be entitled to a bond for the remainder of the process. Now, if the offense for which you're charged, a family member is named as a victim on that warrant, there may be a no contact provision, and that family member will not be allowed to make bond for you. So if there's a no contact provision, that family member will not be allowed to make bond for you. If you're charged with a misdemeanor court dates is December the 1st. If you make bond, that court date will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. The next court date may be into next year. So again, misdemeanor, January 1st. If you make bond, that court date will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. You may also waive preliminary hearing. If you choose to waive preliminary hearing, it's a decision you're making of wanting the case sped up. If you choose to waive, you'll have your court hearing within the next 7 to 10 business days. Now, if you're charged with a felony, you're not allowed to waive your preliminary hearing. Okay, I forgot something regarding bond. There's some offenses for which I'm not authorized to grant you a bond. So if I say I'm denying you bond, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond. Also, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond if you're currently on probation or parole. All right, at this time, follow the orders of the deputies, please. I'll get a chance to talk with you all individually to advise you of the allegations against you and your next court date. Thank you.
Just for 1 moment, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing, sir?
Sure, I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. Give me 1 second. All righty. Let me have your name, please.
Terrell Richardson, sir.
One more time.
Terrell Richardson.
Mr. Richardson. All righty. Mr. Richardson, it's alleged that you drove without no tag light, that you also had a suspended or revoked license, and you possess marijuana 1 ounce or less. Do you understand those allegations, or you require me to read them specifically to you, sir?
No, sir, I understand. I was gonna say that I had all my
I can't get into the evidence. I'm appointing counsel to assist you so that counsel will assist you. For today, though, just track with me. The bond is $3,500. Will you be able to make bond? All righty. Now, as I stated a couple minutes ago, the court date is December the 1st, but if you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Or if you want to, you can speed it up and have a court date in the next 7 to 10 business days. So you want to make bond and deal with it next year or something like that, right? All right. Now, I'm appointing counsel to assist you. Either that counsel or someone from that office is supposed to contact you within 72 hours. That's the person you explain, all you got, what you got, so they can deal with this. Okay, sir? But again, all I'm doing, my job is to advise you of the allegations against you, make sure you understand your rights, and counsel to assist you. Okay, sir? Any questions?
I don't know, I guess not. I was trying to figure out, can I use the phone? I got to use the phone.
You talk to those folks there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. What's your name? Okay, Mr. Walthall. Sir, it's alleged that you violated 1 count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. There's 1 count of possession of weapon during the commission of a crime. Your bond this afternoon, sir, is $20,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
How much again?
$20,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
I'm not sure, but I'm positive I can.
All right, no problem, sir. Now, I'm appointing counsel to assist you, and your next court date is January the 4th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. January the 4th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. And again, either that attorney or someone from that attorney's office is to contact you within 72 hours. Okay, sir?
Can you repeat the bond for me?
$20,000.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. What is your name, sir?
Charles Williams.
Charles Nathaniel Williams.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Williams, it is alleged that you committed the offense of trafficking, as well as possession of drug-related objects. On that charge, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond this afternoon. I am, however, appointing counsel to assist you, and your next court date is January the 4th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. January the 4th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Hold on, Judge Cooper.
No problem.
Judge Cooper, this is Ashley Jones.
Yes, sir. All right, let me see if I can get that together. 1 second.
Judge Cooper,
Yes, ma'am.
hold on one moment, sir.
All righty. Okay, you want me to handle Ms. Jones or?
Yes, sir, you can handle Ms. Jones.
All right, no problem. Thank you. Hey, the med department, switch back to that screen.
Let me out the chair. Judge, this is her right here.
All righty. Miss Ashley Jones, can you hear me? All righty, I may need you to relay for me, sir. Miss Jones, I'm Judge Cooper. You're charged with criminal damage in the second degree. Did you understand? You hear what I said?
You charged with criminal trespass in the second degree.
I mean, criminal damage to property in the second degree.
You hear?
Criminal damage to property.
Damage. Criminal damage. Listen to him.
Okay. All right. It is alleged that she damaged, broke the window, a 42-inch television, wall, mirror, as well as other items of her dad. Okay. Her bond is $6,000. Will she be able to make bond?
Will you be able to make bond? Yes.
All righty. Her next court date, I'm appointed counsel to assist her, and her next court date is going to be January the 4th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. January the 4th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201.
That's your next court date. Yes. But if you you still can make bond though. You still can make bond, okay?
If you make bond, ma'am, you'll be released when you make bond. Okay. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Judge. I'm gonna have to log on from here and go to the next one, Judge.
Judge Cooper?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, while he's doing that one, I have one issue here.
Ma'am?
Remember you were looking for Kevin Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
The wrong Kevin Johnson came up and received the announcement. I have the correct Kevin Johnson.
Okay, no problem.
Now, this Kevin Johnson didn't receive the announcement. I'm not sure. I advise him. I'm not sure if you want to give it to him again.
Yes, ma'am. Let's do that. That'll be the best.
Okay, he's filling out his court-appointed attorney form. He's gonna come up to the podium now while filling that out. And he's gonna listen.
All right, let's do it this way. Are you Kevin Velez Johnson?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Kevin Velez Johnson. You're charged with battery. Do you understand the charge, or do you want me to read it to you?
No, sir, I understand the charge. I understand.
All righty, now, the bond is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
All righty, now, conditions, special conditions, okay? You're to stay away from Miss Octavia Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you violate that, you'll be rearrested, and you'll not be eligible for any bond, and you'll be facing a new charge of, could be aggravated stalking, which carries a 10-year or $10,000 fine.
Yes, sir.
Now, I couldn't really tell if y'all live together.
No, sir. I just have a question. I don't know when did she file this?
I don't know either, sir. That's not really part of my duties to look up when she filed it.
Yes, sir. I haven't spoken to her in 5 months, so that's not.
No problem. Now, let me see. This is a misdemeanor.
Yes, sir.
The court date for misdemeanor is December the 1st. If you make bond, that day will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail, which will probably be into next year sometime. Or if you want it sped up, which is called waiving, you'll have your next court date within the next 7 to 10 business days.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, what is your decision? Do you want to try to make bond and deal with it next year, or do you want to speed it up and deal with it within 7 to 10 business days?
I'll try to make bond. I just
All
try.
right, sir. So now that date again is December the 1st, but if you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. All right, sir? And again, you may not have heard this, but I'm appointing counsel to assist you. So someone from that attorney's office should be contacting you within 72 hours to assist you. All right, sir?
Sure.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good afternoon.
You awesome, sir.
Judge Cooper,
Yes, ma'am.
did you ask for Khalid Thurston?
They hadn't brought him or her up to me as yet, but he's on my list.
Okay, sir, he's out to bond.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so the last two,
Got a couple more we could run through.
the last three you should have, sir, that you should need is gonna be Mr. Rice, who Deputy Brown is setting up for. And
Right.
then you're standing by for Mr. Pickens,
Mm-hmm.
and Mr. Renner, okay?
What about Udris Moore?
Say the name again, please.
Last name Moore. First name Udris. Eurdrice.
You just also on, sir.
Out to bond. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome. So Deputy Brown should be with you in a moment. As soon as
Yes,
he-
ma'am.
All right.
I'm just trying to wake him up, Judge.
Okay.
Come on, sir, come on. All right, here he comes, Judge. He's coming up to the window now. Let's see. Come this way, sir. Come this way a little bit. There you go, right there.
And what is this gentleman's name?
Mr. Rice.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Rice, good afternoon.
You said good afternoon.
All right, good. I know you heard me. All right, Mr. Rice, it is alleged, sir, that you committed the offense of armed robbery, loitering or prowling, and giving a false name, address, or date of birth. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you want me to read them to you?
He said read them.
All right, he said that you committed the offense of armed robbery by intimidating the store clerk at the Advanced Auto Parts on Jonesboro Road by providing with a note stating, open the register, I have a gun and I'll kill you. Next, loitering. You're caught inside the garbage behind Aaron's Appliance on Jonesboro Road. You're charged with obstruction and giving a false name because you stated your name was Alan Rice, not Maurice Rice. Those are the allegations. All right, sir, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond today because it says that you're currently on probation. But when you do make bond, you're advised to remain law-abiding. Now, I've appointed counsel to assist you, sir, and your next court date is on January the 4th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. January the 4th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Judge Cooper, I'm still standing by for Pickens and Render, okay?
Where you are, I'm ready.
Okay, one moment.
Yeah. Hello, sir. What is your name, please?
Say it again.
Cheviante Pickens.
All right, Mr. Pickens, it's alleged that you 2 counts of simple battery and 1 count of criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you require me to read it to you?
No,
Do you understand? All right. Now, the bond, sir, is $8,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes.
Gonna try your best. I understand. All righty, sir. The court dates for misdemeanor is January the 1st. If you make bond, that day will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. Or you also have the option of waiving and speeding it up. If you choose to waive, you'll have your next court date within the next 7 to 10 business days. So, sir, what is your decision? Do you want to waive or do you want to try to make bond? And if you make bond, Your next court date will probably be in February or March of next year. What would you like to do?
I just try to make bonds, huh?
All right. Now, again, that court date of December 1st will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. Now, so there's a condition of your bond. Now, you'd have no violent contact with your brother Devontae and Tamara Anderson. You can be around them, but you can't get to do any pushing, shoving, or none of that stuff. All right, sir?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Now, listen to me. Yeah, I didn't say no contact. I said no violent contact. I mean, you can be around them, but you can't get into none of that stuff. All right? All right, sir. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
My bond is 8,000 for all charges.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Mr. Pickens.
All right, thank you.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
So come right in.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Harold Render.
Mr. Render, it's alleged you committed offense of disorderly conduct. Do you understand the allegation, sir, or do you want me to read it to you?
You can read it to me.
All righty, sir. Basically said that one of your neighbors, you keep knocking on the door. Stephen said here that you ejaculated on the door, and you're always using abusive words.
Yeah, I mean,
All right. I'm not, it's just an allegation. Now, I've appointed counsel to assist you. That's where you tell whatever you want to tell. However, as far as I'm concerned, I'm ordering that you stay here from Miss Bianca Bryant, that you do not go back around the address of 746 BHA 26 in Garden Walk Boulevard. Now, I know you may live in that area, but walk in the opposite direction and don't go by her door. Now, if your court date is December the 1st, okay, if you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. You'll probably get court in February or so of next year. If you think you may have difficulty making bond, you can waive and speed up your court date, and you'll have a next court date within the next 7 to 10 business days. What is your decision regarding waiving or not waiving?
Waiving.
All righty, so that means you want this case sped up, right? That's what you want.
Good.
Yes, sir. All right, the deputy there will give you a piece of paper for you to sign, and I'll fill it out and make sure they know that you want your case sped up. Thank you, sir.
I thank you.
Come over here.
Ma'am, I have a request
Yes, sir.
with the different attorney sheet. When they fax them up, just make sure they actually fax them up, the 11th and the 12th, 2 different stacks. And if they can be alphabetized, I'd really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I'll do that just for you, sir.
And as always, I thank you, and it's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Judge.
Bye-bye, ma'am.